Well, Kaguya-sama, love is war. I do believe we're good to go. We are. Absolutely are good to go. So yes, we have returned actually to cover. Ooh. Sorry, it's a tight squeeze in my room for some obscure reason. We actually have returned to cover the rest of Volume 7, which consists of chapters 66 to 70. And as we know, we left off last time, which actually was before I went on holiday, I believe, at this point. Yes. You actually kind of got to see Miko Ino in action, really. She's actually a very interesting character because she kind of represents the kind of character that will just change everything and actually kind of be like, oh, at the end of it. She has a very interesting kind of persona that I'm guessing as time goes on, we slowly actually grow to learn more about her, and actually might really change our perception of her slowly as time goes on. Who knows, but I'm actually kind of excited to actually see what doesn't really happen. But anyway, it's actually important to actually go live. Go live. For chapters 66 to 70. Oh, Kaguya-sama, love is war. And as I always say every single stream, with that I believe we are good to go. But are we though? That is the question that I ask afterwards. On one front, that we actually are good to go. On this front, we certainly are. So let's get this show on the road. So, Battle 66, who wants to kick them down? You like sweets, don't you, Hongo? Don't worry. These sugar cubes are made from monk fruit, so you needn't be concerned about gaining weight. Here, drink it while it's still hot. The election, I'll withdraw, so please. I hope you aren't misunderstanding me. Did it sound as if I was pressuring you into doing that? I'm on your side. Hayato Hongo, second year, withdraws from the student council election race. I love how in certain chapters she's absolutely insane. Like in essence, she's kind of represented to be the kind of like I guess the ideal like the ideal perfection kind of character, but as time goes on, you slowly learn more about her, and then actually in certain chapters she's completely insane. And I actually kind of like that about her as well, because it's one of those things that you just don't know what side of her you'll see in the chapter. So, Ino is a goody two-shoes, huh? She thinks the student council is a den of inequality. Oh, god damn it, that word. Inequality because of the boys. Oh dear. What misunderstanding? You can say that again. What? What's that? Well, we came up with some campaign pledges to counter Ino's. Oh, did Shirogane write this? Nah, I had Shirogane look it over, but I'm the one who wrote it up. Campaign pledges are purely decorative. Once the election is over, no one will remember who said that. and you're upset that someone characterized the student council as a den of inequality? Yeah. God damn it! I'm gonna call that one and actually hear it, because it's gonna bug me for the whole entire stream. You know when you get those words that just annoy you. What are you, word? Why can't I actually say you? Iniquity. I have never seen that word in my life. Well, there you go. It's iniquity. 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 Wouldn't you know? I have never seen that word. So slowly Joe learns more words in the English language than I actually knew beforehand. So iniquity. Iniquity. There we go. Iniquity. You really are a politician's daughter. If you're a politician focused on practical considerations, clever slogans don't make people happy. I suppose that's true. The world doesn't run on lip service. Even Cheek understands that. I gotta love the fact that she literally didn't very like just inadvertently, no short words, say that sometimes when people say things, it actually come to fruition at the end of it, which is valid. Miko Ino, her father is a high court judge. Her mother works for an international humanitarian organization. Having both family and outside investigators try to dig up some dirt on her, but they haven't found anything yet. Is that so? There's usually some dirt if you dig deep enough. There are those rare people who are willing to sacrifice everything to live up to their ideals and make their world a better place. We might not be able to resort to dirty tricks this time. If that's how it is, I can handle it. I've encountered less bad actors. Welcome. What do you want? I don't have any time to waste. That's why I invited you to have some tea with me and take a little break. No one has the right to use the student council chamber now. We can, because either we or you is going to win the election. Hongo could win the student council presidency too. You're right. Well, I'll make us some tea. No thanks. I can tell you're someone who stops at nothing to achieve your objective. I cannot accept this tea. Too bad. I only wanted to become friends. I've heard that your parents have accomplished some remarkable things. Yes, I have the greatest respect for my parents. They've always fought hard for social justice. They've never succumbed to temptation and become corrupted like other people. I'm not as good at it as Ishigami, but I too can read people's emotions through their gestures, conviction, anxiety. I'll try a different tactic. And how about this proposal? You run for student council from grade school through junior high, yet you've never been elected. You know the reason, don't you? You haven't been able to persuade students to accept your inflexible ideology. As long as you stick to your current platform, you never win a single student council election. So, I will support you. I will support your election campaign. I vow in the name of Shomiya that I will make your student council. That I will make you student council president. What? But you? Of course, I will support you however you choose. You and you alone will decide which measures you wish to take. My offer gives you favourable conditions. Wavering, hopeful. I see now. Desperate you are to become the president of the student council. Well, isn't it for you? This is a negotiation. What are you asking for in return? Nothing much. Someday you'll be a second year. You're still a first year now. I believe you should run for office after you've become better acquainted with the high school. Otherwise, I can't offer you my wholehearted support. You mean you'll support me next year if I withdraw from this year's election? Is that what you want? Is that how it sounds to you? I see. First a former student council president, and now you. So this is how the machinations of the previous student councils. What? God damn it! Words do get me today. This is how the machinations of the previous student council work. Despicable. You and your ex-president Shirogane are a perfect match. What? A perfect match? Yes, a perfect match. You're so alike. You're 100% compatible. What? Are you really that compatible? You should marry each other. I never met two people who are so compatible. Marry? I had no idea a power couple like this was controlling the strings of the school. Shinichun has no future if I don't step in. Whoa. She's really sincere. But mustn't be swayed by my emotions. I have to keep up the pressure. I can bend her to my will with my next move. These tea cakes are very special. I don't want any. Is that so? I made up my mind. I'll make you an ex-president Shirogane join my student council. I'll correct your warped natures through proper discipline. I can't. Huh? Actually, that's not a bad counter offer. What I want is to secure a place beside Shirogane. That way I can also reduce Shirogane's workload. Together we'll restore discipline to this school. Together we'll inspect everyone's clothes every morning. Together we'll pick up litter during the day. And at night we'll crack down on all the illicit intimate relationships. No! What? A love ban? Of course. You won't be permitted to get closer than 20 inches to anyone of the opposite gender preference. This will all become a new reality as a result of my work with Vice President Fujiwara. What? Vice President who? Are you out of your mind? Not at all. What the hell is she saying? Today's negotiation. No agreement ratified? Election day begins the next chapter. Some of those things that I remember that in school they almost try to do this exact same thing. Like at one point, I can't remember what it was, but it was actually at some point they tried to ban a load of things and actually change a load of things as well. It was a really interesting time when I was at school. I was like, what the hell's happening? On the contrary, I think we are hey, I think we went a bit too far. On the contrary, I think we were quite nice considering that we kept our client's secret. Election day. I have a request to make of all of you. I want to secure a sweeping victory against Miko Ino in today's election. Battle 67. I don't want to make Miko Ino smile. What's got you looking so serious? Of course, we'll do everything we can to help you win. We have almost 90% of the votes according to the poll just took. Have no fear. Do they have an ace up their sleeve? Nope. We'll win today's election for sure. Then what are you asking for us? You need to make a clean sweep. Is there something going on between you and Miko Ino? Miko, what are you doing? I heard you can control your stage fright by drawing the kanji for the word people and swallowing it. Would you like to join me? You want me to swallow this kanji for people? I can't. Why not? I've grown attached to this person. I can't swallow it. I feel sorry for it. What on earth are you talking about? When I think that this person has parents and a family, it doesn't. And this person is all alone in the world. No. I'll name him Yusaku. You'll find it even more difficult to swallow him then. Prepare to give your speeches, please. What's going on? They're not fooling around like last time. They're dead serious. Just do your best. Oh no. Yusaku. Poor dude. He survived one panel. The poor dude survived one panel. Miko Ino is a very good girl. She's honest. Her heart is beautiful and pure. She strives to be more virtuous than anyone. Many of you have seen how serious she is, as exemplified by her activity on the disciplinary committee. She was ahead of the disciplinary committee in junior high. She's speaking quite fluently. She's practiced a lot. On the other hand, thank you for listening. She couldn't get the audience to pay attention to her speech. Less than half of them were listening to a word she said. Next up, the endorsement speech for Shirogane. Go ahead, Shiomiya. Oof. Imagine being there and it actually happens. Imagine it. It's horrible. My name is Shiomiya. I'm here to endorse Miyuki Shirogane for Shonen Cat's president. Hello, everyone. That certainly caught everyone's attention. I bet she caused the microphone feed back on purpose. That screech got most of the teachers and students to pay attention to her. The operation of Shonen Cats was funded by a donation managed by the Alumni Association. Our budget is very large. It's not an amount for children to play with. This money was donated by your parents. They worked hard for it from morning till night. They made these donations because they want what's best for you. You must choose someone who can prudently and properly manage it. These slides prove that we, the members of the previous Shonen Council, were able to accomplish exactly that, thanks to the leadership of the President Miyuki Shirogane. True, they have a proven track record. Yeah, that's right. But Shirogane is impure. Hey, quiet. I saw Fujiwara. I see, she guided that teacher over to the anti-Shirogane faction. She's not dumb. I'd like to outline our plan for our second term. They've even prepared a plan. We'll have students choose a destination for our school trip. We'll have another season of special seminars by famous lecturers, since those were very popular last year. This promo clip is a shameless trick. That's Ishigami's work. I love how this is actually like a completely planned out entire scenario. Like something you would actually probably see like a detective thing. It's actually kind of well done. The students are getting excited. I simply dramatize your accomplishments. It's important not to only consistently contribute to things, but to take credit for your achievements. No one will appreciate you if you don't do both. I'm surprised you worked so hard on this. I was the one who asked you to defeat Ino by a large margin. Thank you for listening. In closing, as a former student council member myself, I'm asking all of you to vote for Miyuki Shirogane. Their platform is stronger. The unshakable confidence shines through their platform. Miko has accomplished a lot too, but next up, Miko Ino's election speech. My name is... What? What did she say? Is something wrong with the microphone? We can't hear you. Is something wrong? My name is... Miko Ino. Huh? Did she have stage fright? Not again. This always happens. This is why Ino never wins. She's always suffered from stage fright, but it's gotten progressively worse with each election defeat. Naturally, the other students laugh at her. She's at the top of her grade. She's prime and proper. She's sincere to a fault. She's a thorn in everyone's side. She's always telling everyone how to behave. She acts so superior and authoritative, but now she's completely exposing herself to ridicule. I can't blame the students she criticizes for laughing at her. I've got quite a few grudges against her myself. But still. I don't like it when people laugh at someone who's trying their best. That's why I want you to. I'll handle it. I need to win in a way that doesn't make Miko Ino a laughingstock, right? See what I mean? It's one of those things that as time goes on, you actually learn a load more about the characters themselves. Like, it's one of those things that at first you kind of think to yourself, well, she's quite stoic. She can't actually, she can't do no wrong, as you would say. But in theory, as you learn, she's actually kind of, she's got stage fright. It's actually kind of a very interesting kind of contrast. That once you actually learn that she's one of these people that actually kind of didn't very want to actually put forward everything she has, but then she can't say it. It's one of those things that's actually quite interesting. Because in theory, it's one of those things that a lot of people can relate to. This idea that you want to do something, but something cripples you to actually be able to do it. I guess it's kind of like, I guess she's actually another stand-in, theoretically speaking. So Battle 68, I want to make Miko Ino smile. Miko, no one else is home. No. Mum's is distributing vaccines in conflict zones. Dad's working late at the Supreme Court. They're both doing very important work. Yeah, but do you feel lonely when you're all alone at home? I couldn't stand it. Your parents didn't even show up at the last Parents' Day. It's not Mum and Dad's fault. They're really busy because the world is full of evil people. That's why they can't come home. They'll be here if everyone would behave themselves. Miko's very serious. She's always the first to come to class. She fed the kittyfish and changed their water in the flower vase. She never disobeyed the teachers. She's always been the top of student in her class. Not only that, Mogami brought toys to the school. She's really serious. So naturally, she ran for the office of grade school council president. We shouldn't bring anything to school that isn't educational. Miko is such a goody-goody. But grade schoolers just want to play. Goody-goodies are their enemy. They jeopardize their freedom. We both become disciplinary committee members in junior high. Miko was still very serious. She faithfully fulfilled her duties more than any other committee member. The other students, even seniors, were afraid of her. And the popular boys, Miko cracked down on them without a second thought. A lot of students couldn't stand her, and some of them were pretty vindictive. Miko is unflappable. She doesn't care what other students think of her. There we go. Can't say the word great today. Students think of her. At least that's what the other students believe. But this isn't true. Miko cries when no one's around. She's actually quite timid. Her feelings get hurt just like anyone else's when someone's mean to her. Just because Miko is serious doesn't mean she's got thick skin. No one else sees that. But doesn't anyone else understand that Miko just wants to do the right thing? Why are you looking at her like that? Anyone would get stage fright with so many people staring at them like that. Enough, you're wasting your time. But your campaign pledges are stupid. Do you seriously believe students will vote for you, Ino? Stupid? Yeah, stupid. Making shaved heads mandatory in this day and age. No one wants that. It's because if you want to refute my argument, look me in the eye when you speak. What I mean to say is, spit it out then. Sheesh. She would have self-destructed if you just let her to her own devices. You don't care about us. Don't you care about us? My campaign pages are not stupid. Look, these are the results of questionnaires about the image of local high schools. Shinichi's brand has been falling every year. Why is that? There are several reasons. It seems that people have a bad impression of us because of the decline in student morality. The public thinks of our students are spoiled, filthy rich kids who redeem qualities that they excel at academically. Also, it made a bad impression of our school neighbours. That's why we haven't been able to get local organisations to cooperate with us when we plan events. Miko isn't nervous anymore. She's speaking her mind. Cooperation from local organisations, for example. I get it. It's because she's only looking at Shirogane. For example, we used to have campfires at our cultural festival until 3 years ago, but since students loitered late into the night and littered, the neighbourhood association stopped permitting us to hold school activities in the evening. There's one problem that was very clearly caused by the decline in moral standards. Our school's reputation started going down the drain when the school rules and regulations were relaxed. Rules foster morality. But forcing boys to shave their heads in a misguided attempt to improve discipline is going too far. Shaved heads are cool. Why can't you see that? Shaved heads used to be uncool, but they're back in style. They're fashionable again. Also, clean shaved heads make my heart throb. No one cares about your fetish. Every girl likes to stroke shaved heads. Who would want to stroke long hair? Huh? Really? Maybe. Compared to hair that's too long, I guess I do prefer a bald head. Really? In this age of social media, even a small scandal could destroy our school's image. We need to maintain this Shinichi brand even after we go out into the world. That is why we need to change Shinichi's image to that of the school with good morals. Where's your data to prove that shaved heads help achieve your goals? I have some data. When another school introduced a similar dress code, the debate ran of 30 minutes over, but no one could stop them. Well, she lost the election anyway. Hey, Ino. It's bad you lost. I voted for you. You're just a first year like me, but you stood your ground. That was cool. You can always run again next year, so cheer up. I didn't know you cared so much about our school. We're on Instagram with the hashtag Iwanoto, pet shaved heads. Good job. Too bad if you hadn't been running against Shirogane. That was awesome. Hey, if you need any help, come join our Zaha club. Rico, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Hey, why are you crying? Don't ever take a risk like that again. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I'm sorry. Man. I mean, good luck with that, I guess. Hey, what's wrong with Shiomiya? She got a stomachache and collapsed. Thanks to you know who. By the way, I need to choose someone to audit our finances and someone to be in charge of general affairs. Yes. Hold on. What am I saying? I won by a really narrow margin. He panicked when the election turned out to be a closer race than he expected. So 69, Kage isn't getting called. Yay, Kaguya Shirogane won. I started to get stomachache when Shirogane stepped out onto the stage, but everything turned out well in the end. I wasn't worried for a second. We had everything worked out, so winning was a given. That might be true, but let's have some humility and celebrate this victory. Oh, Miss Kaguya. It's alright, now. There. You were actually really worried, weren't you? Poor thing. That's not why you don't need to act tough. I'm not acting. I know that you hardly slept a wink in the last few days. You really put on a lot of effort into this election. You can lean on me as long as you... Kaguya! Kaguya! Is it your stomach? Did you get a stomachache? This scene continues at the end of the last chapter. This victory was a hard-won battle. Don't hold a grudge against me, you know. I would never do that. I realize I have a long way to go. If you had interrupted my speech, I wouldn't have been able to say a word. I can't thank you enough. Then why don't you look even a little grateful? She is grateful, but she's still mad that she lost. She's just a kid. Give her a break. Well, anyway, would you two like to join Student Council? If you still want to become Student Council President someday, you should work for the Student Council now. It says if you'd like to. No thanks. Honestly, I have no interest in the Student Council. Huh? You don't? I was just rooting for Miko. I don't mean to pressure you two to join, of course. I'm refusing your offer. What about you, Miko? I've never been asked to join the Student Council before, so I'd like a little time to think about it. Sure thing. If you decide to join us, come to the Student Council chamber tomorrow. We will welcome you with open arms. By the way, those two behind you are fidgeting. Huh? Is something wrong? Well, I was wondering who's going to get appointed to the other posts, since the president gets to choose the rest of the Student Council members, so you know. I didn't think I'd be this nervous about getting picked or not. I know I have a terrible personalities, but still. Exactly! I'm sure we won't get passed over, but I'm not confident as I thought I'd be. I can't help being worried sick. What are you blabbering on about, Secretary Fujiwara and Treasurer Shigami? Our first job as a new Student Council is to put away the chairs in the gym. Oh man. This manga actually does have really cute moments though. Even outside the fact of the romances, it's actually just adorable. I wonder why Shirogane hasn't come to see me. Shouldn't he have rushed over to take care of me when he heard I collapsed? Isn't the council president first duty is to clean up after the election? I know that, but still. Maybe Shirogane has no intention of choosing me for the Student Council. Your state of mind has quite an effect on your physical health. I'm sure he'll pick you. Why are you so worried? Because I have a terrible personality. Maybe Shirogane figured it out, that I kicked away the other candidate behind his back. That I sweet-talked a lot of clubs to get them to vote for Shirogane. That the election administrators were already my puppets. He might be aware of those things. You did all of that? Wow, that's pretty extroverted of you, considering how much you hate putting yourself out there. I had to, because I was the one who asked him to run for another term, so I couldn't just stand by and watch. I made up my mind to do everything I could to help him. I had to be true to my word. You did everything you could to make it happen, and it did. And now you're worried sick, you're hopeless. A terrible person who resorts to dirty tricks. I'm not surprised that he wouldn't choose someone like me to join the Student Council. But I don't think I ought to be thrown out of the Student Council for that. This is awful. We could have lost all the votes we managed to secure when he went off script. He wouldn't have done it if he cared about all my hard work. He's like a profligate husband who gambles away the money his wife has earned moonlighting. I'm not his wife. Stop worrying. He asked you to make his endorsement speech. Of course he's going to ask you to join the Nugent Council. He used me for all I was worth, and now he's going to toss me aside. How can you do this to me? You're worried now, you're angry? You're so moody. I thought Shirogane liked me. I thought he was nice to me because he thought I was special. But now I see that Shirogane is nice to everyone. He helps everybody out. I'm not special to him. I see. You're right. He's a shallow jerk who hits on everybody. I didn't go that far. Please formally retract that statement. Sheesh, I have no idea how to comfort you. If you have so much to say, talk to him directly. Why don't you? Show me. How are you feeling? Sorry it took so long to clean up. Are you mad at me? Anywho, you'll work so hard to support me, and then I act so selfishly. I feel guilty about it, but it was you and the others who motivated me to do it. I couldn't just sit tight and await the outcome. With you guys backing me, I know I can't do anything alone. Not only that, I feel like I can do anything with you and the others by my side. Shomiya, please be my vice president. I need you. She got us all. She got us all. What are you blabbing on about, Secretary Fujiwara and Treasurer Ishigami? Miss Kaguya. He does treat you like you're special. Now then, the long election campaign's come to an end without a hitch. We'll start our council work now, just like before. We've got the sports festival and the school festival to organise, plus the school trip after New Year's. The second semester is going to be a busy one. Let's give the new student council our best. Today's election result: the Shirogane Camp Boyens remarks acquired one new member. That's cute as well. That's adorable. At least we're still together as members of the disciplinary committee. I'll do both jobs. That is adorable. Underwear. Battle 70. Kaguya wants to undress him. The clothing that conceals private parts is a terror incognita for the opposite sex. It's a sanctuary one rarely gets to see. Some men are turned on by panties alone. Simply looking at these articles of clothing is gratifying. Battle 70. Kaguya wants to undress him. Ishigami, what do you think you're doing in the sacred student council chamber? Wait till you get home to do that. What was Ishigami doing? He was master? It's not what you think. I had to clean up after PE, so I didn't have time to change back into my uniform. That's why I was changing here now. Ah, I see. I apologize. I thought you were doing something inappropriate. You should apologize and knock before you enter next time. The chamber. Oh. You wear tighty whities. Perv. Your verbal comebacks aren't snappy today. Finally, my chance to hit him back. That was a mediocre response. Where's your sharp tongue now? Well, what's wrong with briefs? I value function over fashion. Besides, nobody but me sees them. I like the snug fit. I'm not making fun of you, but if you like tight underwear, you could at least wear boxers briefs. Here we go again, another girl touting the superiority of boxer briefs. You girls think boxer briefs are sexy and make guys' rear ends look good, but guys who wear flimsy boxers to impress girls are flimsy inside too. Listen closely, guys who wear boxers are all man whores. They're like the amazing man whores, man. His opinion. What's wrong? What's a man whore? Hey Siri, what's a man whore? Ishigami, your view of the world through Ishigami, you view the world through corrupted eyes. Oh shit! It's actually set it off. Whoa. it actually set off Siri as well. You view the world through corrupted eyes. I'm not corrupted. The world is corrupted. Men who wear boxer briefs are man whores, eh? A lot of girls like Shirogane. I wouldn't be surprised if he was carrying on a physical relationship with some of them. Maybe I just haven't heard about it. I don't think he's that type of guy, but I'd like to be certain. I have to get a look at Shirogane's underwear. If I heat up the room like in the north wind in the sun, no, that wouldn't work. There aren't any heaters in this room. If I spilled tea on Shirogane's pants, so sorry, I'll dry them off before you take off your trousers. Yeah, I saw your underpants. I'm a perv. I need a method that won't make me seem pervy. Isn't there a non-pervy legitimate excuse to see Shirogane's underwear? It's been quite some time since Kaguya's brain cells have worked this hard. They're simulating all sorts of scenarios and searching for the optimal method, but there are 0 options. I'll be a perv no matter what I do. I mean, the very fact that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to see his underwear makes me a perv by definition. But that's not what I'm doing it. I'm not trying to see his underwear for indecent purposes. Sheesh, why don't I just ask him? What's pervy about this is that I'm trying to come up with a tricky strategy. Maybe the best way to do it is just ask him flat out. I've heard people give each other underwear as gifts these days. If I casually ask him about it, he'll tell me. Really? Don't be self-conscious. Be spontaneous. What tea do you like to drink? Darjeeling and Uva. I see you like refreshing flavors. And what sort of underwear do you like? My favorite underwear? Let's see. I don't like ones that are too simple. They're boring. Personally, I like the ones with a little decoration. Huh? What? What did Xiaomi just say? Underwear? No, I must have misheard. Give me specific details about your favorite style of underwear. I hope I heard right. I like sexy black panties. What's going on here? I've heard that requests for panties occur between people who are very intimate. Shirogane got the wrong end of the stick. What'll happen if I answer her? Will she wear them? Will she only wear black sexy panties for me? And then what? Today I'm wearing panties that you really like. Will she tell me what kind of panties she's wearing? No, I have to calm down. I got it all wrong. What's critical here isn't whether I like black panties or not. It's how to make a panties request that doesn't sound creepy. If I tell her the truth and let her know I like black panties, Shirogane likes that kind of panty. So he'll love if I wear this pair. How indecent. I'm not obsessed with sex. I'm an average guy. I'm not a perv. So I better choose something that's comfortable and that has a lot of fabric. Something like these. Warm and loose, bloomer panties or boy shorts. Won't make them seem creepy. They're not all sexy, but having Xiaomi choose to wear panties that I like is enough of a turn on. Well, I don't know what you call them. They have a lot of fabric and they're kind of flimsy. They're tight fitting in place and look as they're tight fitting in places and look sort of like pants. You wear boxer briefs? He's a man whore. That shouldn't freak her out. Oh hell. Shirogane, you man whore. I had faith in you. How could you? Huh? I made the wrong choice? No, show me. I was just joking. I actually like black panties. I like black panties. I thought you might be a nice person, but it turns out you're a brute. No, it's not what you think, you know. I'm not wearing black underwear, but don't attack me. I would never do that. Today's battle result, Shirogane wearing boxers loses. That would be 2,592 yen, please. He immediately stopped wearing briefs. To be continued. And there we go. That is the whole entirety of Volume 7. Oh boy. I love how we went from the election to that in space of like what, one chapter basically. Oh man, but yeah, I mean it was kind of a nice ending to the whole entire thing, because in the end you kind of do and through see a side of Ishigami you don't actually kind of see very often. There was alluded to as time goes on that he actually does in through have a kind of tender side. Like he's one of those people that actually kind of like, he's very what's the word? He's got very kind of romantic side to him, but he's also got a very sincere side to him that he doesn't want to see anyone else get laughed at. And I also strongly believe the whole entirety of that scene with Ino is very kind of similar to how someone might in theory feel if they actually went in the same situation. It's stage fright. It's a very common fear, and it's actually kind of done here to the point that you do in theory kind of side with her. That is one of those things that it's scary to actually have to look out to so many people and actually say your thing. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it. I have immediate stage fright. I can't stand in front of people and actually speak. It's one of those things. I just have extreme stage fright for some arbitrary reason. But I actually can talk in front of a camera, which is even weirder when you think about it. Who knows? But I mean, yeah. But it's actually kind of handled nicely, because it actually then opens up a lot more about Shirogana's character, because I'm actually kind of learned that he's actually kind of also a very insincere person. Actually, kind of doesn't very help anyone else out. That's actually kind of in need. Though we actually know that beforehand, because we've seen events with him do that. But it's actually kind of sweet to actually see him actually kind of help Ino out, because let's face it, it's one of those events that is kind of frightening. And it actually kind of does it very open up that she does in theory just want to see it. She wants to see a world that isn't kind of populated by bad people. That actually kind of takes her family away from her, because it's one of those things that you actually kind of see that for what it is. You see the fact that she just wants her family back in a way, and actually in theory she keeps the standard up that she has with her family, and then she might in theory kind of keep it going in a way, and actually kind of maybe one day she won't be kind of away from her family, because the world might in theory change, because if it changes now, in the future there probably won't be so many kind of delinquents, as they might say. So one of the things is actually a very interesting kind of concept of her character that I kind of hope as time goes on we'll learn more about her, because currently at this point, it's actually a very interesting she's a very interesting kind of character, because it's one of those things that you just don't know, you know enough about her currently, but it's not the whole entire picture, because we know as an audience that these characters do in theory kind of develop as time goes on, actually slowly kind of unravel. And it's actually kind of nice. It's a very organic kind of feel to it that you don't actually kind of see very often. So in that context, I actually kind of do very hope that as time goes on, especially in Volume 8 onwards, we actually do very see more of her, and actually kind of, we'll see more of her, but see more of her personality kind of shine through. And in doing so, actually kind of see what else she actually can in very do. But yeah, I mean, she then ended on the whole entire thing of Man Horse as well, which is kind of a very interesting concept. So yeah, I mean, that will probably do it for today. Probably we'll get back to more of a usual schedule when it comes to this manga, and actually cover like half a volume each stream, as I always did. So yeah, I believe there's 10 volumes out currently in the world, or in the wild, I believe at this point, 10 volumes maybe. So yeah, I mean, we've got 2 more, or 3 more technically speaking, to catch up to, and then by that point we actually have to wait, or actually just read it weekly. I don't think Shonen Jump actually has it. No, I don't think Shonen Jump actually simulcasts this manga. I believe the only place you actually can read it is through scans, I believe. Might be wrong, but I have to go and check. Anyway, enough talk. I will actually go and figure that one out. So with all that said, I've indeed been the driver. So you actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a follow on Twitter, or join my Discord as well. Both of those streams are live streams I do as well. But until next time, Volume 8 of Kaguya-sama, Love is War. See you guys later. Bye for now.